Hello everybody and welcome back. This is episode number 16 of the Amber Army YouTube Football Manager 2017 Newport County Experiment Russian Takeover. And we ended the episode with Newport County rock bottom of the championship. Newport County are now one bottom of the championship on something of a revival. Chesterfield, who found their way up to these heights, have now taken bottom place. County have drawn a few more, won a few more, but still losing too many. They're 3 points away from safety. Something of a revival, we're saying. The last time we saw something of a revival, it was because of a managerial change. That's one thing we were speculating in the last episode. It's the fact that the manager might change. And no. But looking at it, I've just clicked on the staff and the Russians are gone. The Russians are gone. So the manager's still in place, but there's no Russians. This is baffling. I'm going to pause the record a minute, guys, and see if I can get to the bottom of this one. 2 seconds. Okay, guys, it was a false alarm. I think what I did here is that I clicked senior squad, not all. So I clicked all, and Vasily and Mikhail are still here. Almost had me going for a second then, that did. But got to keep it interesting, I suppose. But Steve Abbott is still being given the opportunity to carry on. Probably because you're going to cost too much to get rid of him. I don't know. But I don't know. He's got an awful lot to do to turn this round. Starting with, has he got any new transfers? So Sanchez Crawford looks like the only signing we've made. He's a goalkeeper though, I think. A young keeper. Why are they going for a young keeper when they need players that's going to fire them up the table? They spent 5 million. They've made only 850 of it back. Robert Swaby. Oh, I don't know. Was he any good? Well, scoring record weren't great. 1.5 million they paid for him. They've lost about 650k on him, plus his wages, and he didn't even score many goals. He scored 4 out of 14 for Derby so far this year. But, obviously we should have looked at that one last time, but, I mean, it's an improvement. I mean, where did we leave it? We left it, at this point, they just lost to Brentford, so they went on a 4-game unbeaten run. They drew 3 and won 1. And then they lost to Sunderland away, well, understandable. Then they went and won. Then they lost away to Birmingham. But then home to Walsall, 1-1. Out of the FA Cup at home to West Ham, understandable. And now they've drawn, won and drawn. So this kind of form is more of a mid-table form. Few wins, few losses, few draws. Obviously the all-important Cardiff game's coming up in 3 games' time. I wonder if winning that game could be the catalyst to them saving themselves. Obviously we can't look at the actual money, but we can look at the profile. Finances are secure. On general, estimated value is 32 million, so give or take about 5 to 10 million for the actual club's worth, and then the money in the bank is the rest. So we've got about 20 odd million in the bank. Average ticket price is £25, season ticket price 412. So the prices have gone up a bit. Season ticket holders only 1,743. It looks as though the club needs marketing properly. I mean, have they even got anyone in place? I mean, they got the chairman and the director, but then other than that, they haven't even got a director of football. So the 2 Russians are trying to do it all by themselves. I think for this club, I think it needs a good championship season. I mean, this season's been a disaster, but next season maybe they may be able to market the club a little bit better, improve the reputation. I don't know, but they got to save themselves from relegation first. I've got a funny feeling they're going to do it. I think Abbott's got to prove himself now. I mean, I think he's the first manager that's ever gone on a bad run that the Russians have actually kept some faith in. So let's hope that faith gets rewarded and they save themselves. So let's not waste any more time. We all want to know what happens this season. Let's take ourselves to the end of it. Okay, so guys, we're at the end of the season, yeah, and I didn't want to go any further because this is the first thing I was confronted with. So for me, this doesn't look good for me. So let's click on the championship and see if Newport County went down or stayed up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh. So Newport County have been relegated from the championship, and that's why the managerial position is up for grabs. The Russians wielded the axe to prevent relegations in the past. They've wielded the axe to make promotions in the past, and the first time that they kept their faith in someone, it's unfortunate that they let them down. So Steve Abbott is Newport County manager no more. Newport County manager, there is no Newport County manager. Obviously, I didn't realise. We obviously had to wait for the position to be filled. So what does this mean now? Well, for us to hit our target of 10 years, Newport County need to get promoted back to the championship on the first time of asking. Now, the finances are rich. Now, let's have a little look. So, estimated value is 35 million. So, the Russians have put a little bit more money into it. So they've given the manager the job, but the next manager is going to have money to spend to get them back up. So I've got a good feeling, to be honest with you, that they can do it on the first time of asking. But go back to how happy we were when we realised that they'd been promoted. We didn't expect it. What we were hoping for was that they'd squeeze into the playoffs. And when we realised that they hadn't won the playoffs, and we looked at the league table in a very similar way to what we just did then, little did we expect that they were going to have snuck their way into second place and get promoted. And to be honest with you, I was hoping for a playoff finish this year, even though the media prediction was 22nd. I think the next, I think if the Russians are willing to put the money in, they got to pay a proper manager, because they overpaid an unproven, and Newport County got relegated because of it. They now need to get in a big name manager and pay him 20 grand a week to get this club back into the championship, and then prepare them for an assault on the championship to make the Premier League the season after. Because this is the end of season 8. That's, if you work it out, this is episode 16. So you divide that by 2 episodes a season, so that's 8 seasons we've done. So, what now? We've got season 9 coming up, season 10. Yeah, so that's it. Season 9 will be getting back into the championship. Season 10 then will be getting into the Premier League. And if they don't make it by season 10, then the experiment is over, unfortunately. If they do make it in the Premier League by season 10, then we can have a couple of seasons in the Premier League to see how they cope with life in there. But I think we set ourselves a target, 10 years under the Russian guidance and with the Russian money. And unfortunately, it looks as though the odds are against us making it. Oh, it's just disappointing, isn't it? Let's have a little look at the average rating of the players. I mean, Oscar Threlkeld he made 19 appearances throughout the season. Obviously not enough, because he was obviously the main man. They'd obviously brought in players like Solly March, who was obviously been promoted to the Premier League before. He fell short, only returning a 6.87. I mean, how much is he being paid as well? £21,500 a week to get a team relegated. Bloody hell. Jermaine Anderson. I mean, you look at this, they got some good players there. At least they got the money to pay these players now. These players are going to have the opportunity to get the club back into the championship next year. Maybe a few additions. We'll have to wait and see. But that's the harsh reality of it. Newport County relegated back into League One. The next episode will be the opening to season number 9, and the assault on League One to get back into the Championship, and then if we're going to make it, if we're going to stand any chance, well, if we are going to make it, we have to do a double promotion. Oh, well, there we go. That's it. Anyway, guys, thanks all for following the series. Thanks again for the good comments, and I do apologise if I've missed little bits and pieces out. Let's just have a little look. I mean, they did get, as far as I'm aware, they did get knocked out of all the cups really early as well. Oh, this is playing funny bugger anyway and not letting me look. But yeah, I remember they got knocked out by West Ham in the FA Cup, so there was nothing else. Actually, we'll just have a quick look at the facilities a minute, because I know the one thing they have been doing is upgrading the facilities. Because if you look on the history landmarks, is it landmarks? No, history overview. Is it? No. What did I look at earlier? Was it landmarks? Because it actually, there we go. Yeah, youth and training facilities upgraded. So you can see that youth category raised to category 2. So the club has built itself up around the pitch. Let's hope that they can get it right on the pitch from here on in. Anyway, like I said, the end of this episode now, guys. Thanks again for watching, and until the next time, cheerio for now.